knocked out of bounds by Fugit at the 36-yard line. Another excellent hit by Gene Fugit. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. And any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. Excellent return of 35 yards by Scribner. Rams came out in the first time in a double wing formation, a passing formation, and Hadel for the interception. This time they come out in the normal set with Jackson wide to the right side. Snow is split to the left. McCutcheon. That's Tume. Fumble, loose football. Dallas has it. That's Mel Renfro at the 34. How about that? The Rams have run 2 plays from scrimmage and coughed up the ball twice. I don't know. You want to call it playoff jitters, Mark?
Well, I suppose you would almost have to, but that's the one thing, obviously, they can't afford to do. You see it right here, Mel Renfro coming up with it. The Rams have fought back all year, though, and I'm sure they're going to stay right in there, obviously, but you can't afford to do that against a team like the Cowboys at this stage.
Well, if we ever get a chance, we'll try to set these lineups for you. Maybe the second period before we get around to it. Dallas, 1st and 10 at the Ram 35. Drew Pearson in motion. Staubach handing to Hill. This time the Rams fill the hole nicely. Collapse on Hill after a gain of 2 to the 33-yard line. Well, let's see. Offensively, Dallas going with John Fitzgerald at center, Blaine Nye and John Nyland the guards, Ralph Neely and Rayfield Wright the tackles, Tom Landry alternating the tight end, sending the plays in from the bench, Billy Joe Dupree and Gene Fugit. The wide receivers, Bob Hayes and Drew Pearsons, in the setbacks, Calvin Hill and Walt Garrison. Roger Staubach, of course, is the quarterback. 2nd down, 8. Cowboys at the Ram 33. Hill, who's carried the ball on every offensive play for Dallas, to the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be 3rd down, 3.
On the left, of course, is Tom Landry, and on the right, the man who's done such an outstanding job in Los Angeles this year, in his first year as the head coach of the Rams, is Chuck Knox, who has to be a little bit concerned right now. By the way, Frank, while we have a second word from the Dallas bench is that Bob Lilly has aggravated a previous leg injury, and he is probably through for the day. His place on defense is taken by Bill Gregory, who's got a lot of playing time in since Lilly has been hurt.
3rd down, 3. Dallas at the Ram 28. Staubach, first pass. Gonna run it. Has the first down at the 24-yard line. That's exactly what the Rams have been worried about all week. They've had trouble with scramblers this year.
Here's Roger as he gets back behind good protection. It was not a breakdown by the Dallas blocking line. Jack Reynolds, the middle linebacker, got back in time to stop him, but not before he got first down yardage.
That was so fast, you'd almost think that was by design.
Almost looked like a quarterback draw.
Yep.
Dallas 1st and 10 at the Ram 23-yard line. Cowboys 7, Rams nothing. 12 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the first period at Texas Stadium. Dallas going with the full house backfield. Now they send Pearson in motion. Garrison hit by Isaiah Robertson as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Got a yard to the 22-yard line. Excellent hit by the Ram right side linebacker. I guess Chuck Knox has to be, well, maybe not odds on, but certainly a strong favorite for Coach of the Year, doesn't he?
Oh, I'd say so, too. That's Ray Prohaska with him. He's not line coach, in communication with the other Ram assistants up in the press box.
2nd down, 9. Dallas at the Ram 22. Pearson wide right. Hayes split to the left side. Staubach wants to throw it. Dupree caught at the 20-yard line by Steve Priest, number 20. A gain of just 2 yards in the play. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Rams defense has Jack Youngblood, Merlin Olsen, Larry Brooks, and Fred Dreyer in the trenches. Ken Geddes, Jack Reynolds, and Isaiah Robertson, the linebackers. And Charlie Stukes, Eddie McMillan, Dave Elmendorf, and Steve Priest in the secondary. 3rd down, call it 7 from the 20.
Frank, I think Roger would have liked to have thrown to Drew Pearson or Bob Hayes on that last one, but they were covered extremely well by the Rams secondary.
Hayes breaks to the left side. Pearson, the rookie free agent find from Tulsa University, off to the right. At the top of your screen. Roger Staubach. Flushed out of the pocket. 20, 15. He's got another first down as he moves it inside the 10.
Staubach again. And again, the protection is not that bad. He's pressured a little bit, but it's late. Remember now, he's playing with very, very sore ribs, and it looked like he might have gotten them jarred just a little bit right there.
Officials mark it at the 8-yard line as Staubach comes over to the bench. He may have been shaken up, and Dallas is calling time. Craig Morton strapping on his helmet there. Roger may have gotten a shot in the ribs. You can see him over there, and he looks like he may be hurting.
Frank, I think it's interesting to note that we were talking earlier about Roger not being a scrambler, that he was a runner, and he is. He can really run with a football. He gives a great dimension to your offense because he stays right in there, and he takes a good look at the receivers before letting the ball go, but if they get up on him, he can really take out of there with it.
A Goodyear tire that saves gasoline isn't exactly a new idea. As you can see from this Goodyear ad that appeared in Collier's Weekly in December 1916, Goodyear tires were cutting down on the nation's fuel bill in another energy emergency. So a Goodyear tire that saves gasoline isn't exactly a new idea, but it's a good one. Today, our tests prove that this Goodyear Steel Guard radial, compared with non-radial tires, gives you extra gasoline mileage. And that's not all. Steel Guard also has these 5 guards to help protect you 5 ways. Flexible polyester cord, double steel belts, computer-designed tread to hold in the wet, cornering grooves, steel sidewall stabilizers. All these 5 guards, and saves gas too. Don't settle for less. Get the custom Steel Guard radial, only from Goodyear.
There's Staubach being worked down by the Cowboy team physicians, Dr. Marvin Knight and Dr. Pat Evans, and Craig Morton has come on to quarterback Dallas. Looked like he was hit around the head, and he may have been shaken up. Maybe it wasn't the ribs. It's first and goal to go. Cowboys at the Ram 8-yard line. Morton handing off to Calvin Hill, who falls forward to the 7. Merlin Olsen in on the stop for the Rams. There's Roger being worked on by one of the Cowboy trainers out there. Got him massaging his neck, Pat.
I think that must be what happened. Doctors a minute ago were feeling his head.
He took himself out of the ball game. It is second and goal to go. As you see, he's putting his helmet back on and going to loosen up a little bit, so he may be back in there. Morton has not seen that much action this entire season. Hill lunging forward to the 4-yard line. It'll be third and goal from that point. Morton has thrown just 32 passes this year, completed 13, and here comes Staubach. Back in the game, Morton goes out.
Isn't it great to have 2 quarterbacks of that caliber, though?
Well, I'll say. Whew.
Third down, goal to go, Dallas at the Ram 4. Pearson wide right, Hayes split to the left. 8:40 left to play opening period. Dallas leading 7-0. Staubach for Pearson. Drew Pearson, who 5 weeks ago was a third-string wide receiver behind Otto Snow and Mike Montgomery, and he has been nothing but sensational.
What a great pair of hands he's got. What a throw this is. Staubach gets it just over Stoops' head.
It's a gorgeous throw. Oh, my. Can't defense against that, Pat.
Pearson, a rookie, is from South River, New Jersey. Went to the same high school as Joe Theismann. Rich on to try the extra point. And Dallas, with 8 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in the opening period, has capitalized on 2 Los Angeles Rams turnovers. An interception by Jordan, a fumble recovery by Mel Renfro to jump out in front, 14-0.
And this is a great New York Life team. We play to win for our policy owners. Today we've got another opportunity. George here's got a wife, 2 kids, and a mother. He needs life insurance protection badly, and we've got to get it for him. We're going to block out money problems, protect him against financial disaster. Okay, let's go! Take the worry off his shoulders. Protect his family. You've made it, George. Financial security.
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York life.
Injector shavers. Now your Injector razor can give you a twin blade shave. Because now there's a Track 2 blade that fits Injector razors. Track 2 twin Injector blades. As the first edge shaves, it lifts the whisker so the second edge can shave it again. With closeness and safety never possible from Injector shaving until Track 2 twin Injector blades. New from Gillette. For the best Injector shave of your life.
There's Drew Pearson accepting congratulations on the bench. Tony French will be kicking off for the 3rd time in this game. And it's not yet 7 minutes old. Low spinning kick. Clark at the 2-yard line. Out to the 15. 20. Ben Barnes nailing him from behind at the 30-yard line. CBS's 2 college bowl games coming up very quickly. Next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Missouri and Auburn in the Sun Bowl at El Paso. And, of course, another one a week from Tuesday, Pat.
January 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Southwest Conference champion Texas meets Nebraska at the Cotton Bowl right here in Dallas.
The Rams have had the football for 2 offensive plays. They have lost the ball on both plays. Interception and a fumble. Hadel giving to Bertelsen. Bertelsen finding a lot of running room and a first down as he clears the 40-yard line out to the 42. Rams, number 1 rushing team in the NFC, and that's one reason why.
Let's check out the blocking. Offside guard Tom Mack cutting across in front. The rest of it is good blocking by the right offensive side of the line.
So the Rams have their first down of the ball game at the LA 42-yard line. McCutcheon fires through that hole and is stopped at the 50-yard line, but not before he picked up 6 yards. Cliff Harris moving up from the secondary to make the stop. Ram offense is Kenny Iman at center, Joe Schiavelli and Tom Mack the guards, Charlie Cowan and John Williams the tackles. The wide receivers are Harold Jackson and Jack Snow. The tight end is Bob Klein, the running backs Bertelsen and McCutcheon. Second down, call it 3. Those are the football just in Los Angeles, end of the field. McCutcheon has the first down and 5 to spare as he moves it to the Cowboy 43-yard line.
McCutcheon on the year had over 1,000 yards, as did the Cowboys' Calvin Hill. That was a club rushing record, 1,097. He broke the record set by Dick Bass. And he gets into the line about as quick as any back can throw football.
Second first down for the Rams in this drive. They're at the Dallas 43. Jackson to the right side, Snow to the left. Movement by Bill Gregory, number 77, the defensive right tackle of the Cowboys.
Bill Gregory lined up across from Tom Mack, and he just misread the count, trying to beat Mack to the punch. That's a 5-yard penalty. The Rams have not lost their poise by any means.
I imagine a lot of talk on the bench, Bart, by Chuck Knox was, let's keep our cool, let's not panic right now, huh?
That's exactly right. And as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the things that has impressed me about the Rams this year. They've been played even up for a while, but they've always stayed right with their opponents.
5 yards for offside, sets up 1st and 5 at the Dallas 38. McCutcheon trying to get outside, and that's Leroy Jordan. Probably just won himself a couple of more all-pro votes, making that stop at the 41-yard line for a loss of 3. Leroy, of course, has performed in the shadow of the Dick Butkuses and the Tommy Novises in the past, but this has been his year. He's been a great inspirational leader to this Dallas team as well. Has played an outstanding brand of middle linebacker. His interception total has been fantastic. Second down, officials mark it at the 40-yard line. Rams need 7. Bertelsen getting away from Edwards to the 36-yard line. Cornell Gray, number 34, over there to make the stop. That'll set up third down, and L.A. needs 3 for the first down. John Hadel has had amazing success against Dallas. He's faced them just twice in regular season play. 4 touchdown passes earlier this year. Last year, as a member of the San Diego Chargers, he threw 4 touchdown passes against the Cowboys. Third down 3 at the Dallas 37. Hadel to McCutcheon. He'll be short of the first down by about a yard, I believe. Leroy Jordan coming up to make the stop.
Alongside our broadcast booth, the light-headed man is Carol Rosenblum, who, of course, owns the Los Angeles Rams. That's his son, Steve, next to him, and behind Mark Duncan and Jack Teal of the Ram organization. Not too happy at the moment, as you can certainly see. There's their head coach, the man who's done such an outstanding job. That's Chuck Knox.
David Ray, premier field goal kicker in the NFL this year with a 41-yard attempt. Brace to hold. Ray's 130 points, tops in the NFL this year. That's a club record. 20 long, and it is no good. He missed it off to the left. So Dallas will take over at the 20-yard line following the aborted 41-yard field goal attempt by David Ray. There's 4:19 left to play in the opening period.
Boeing has been getting people together almost since man learned to fly.
Man left the ground with a whirling sound. He took to the sky 'cause he wanted to fly in those beautiful flying ships, taking historic trips, bringing you friends that you've known through the years. Now and forever, getting people together wherever we go. Together we go.
Can you imagine what air travel would be like if there hadn't been a Boeing? Boeing. We've been getting people together for almost 60 years.
4 minutes, 19 seconds left to play in the opening period. Dallas 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 20-yard line. This is the Cowboys' first possession where they've started in their own end of the field. 2 Ram turnovers have handed Dallas 14 points in the early going. Staubach giving to Hill. 6 yards to the 26-yard line before Isaiah Robertson, number 58, caught up to him.
You talk about your good years. Isaiah Robertson had just about as good a year as a linebacker can have. In fact, that's really been one of the great keys to Los Angeles' success. The play of their 3 linebackers, whom you don't hear too much about. Geddes on the other side, opposite Robertson, and Jack Reynolds in the middle, who's been around 4 years but hasn't played much before this year.
Second down 4. Robertson last year, kind of a sophomore slump, but he's certainly come on strong this year. Become a Pro Bowl performer once again. Garrison jammed up at the line of scrimmage. Merlin Olsen, number 74, in there quickly for the Rams. Along with Jack Youngblood, Larry Brooks. Loss of the play of a yard. It'll be third down 5.
Garrison, playing with a cracked collarbone, has got special padding underneath his normal shoulder pads. But I can remember him playing a whole game against San Francisco, I think a couple of years ago, Frank, with a broken ankle.
He's an amazing human being, an amazing athlete. Third down 5. Cowboys at their 25. They have not had a punt in this ball game yet. Staubach, he's 2 out of 2. Trying to reach Calvin Hill, and Robertson out there with him, covering him very closely. And Dallas will be forced to give up the football for the first time this afternoon.
Frank seeing that throw to Calvin Hill that time. I think this is the second year in a row, or at least this year, I know that Calvin was not only the leading rusher, he was the leading pass receiver. So he's a very, very versatile performer.
One of the amazing statistics on a Hill is he gained 1,142 yards this year, and his longest run was 21 yards. It's a lot of rushes. Bateman has averaged 41.6 on the year. Not much of a rush. Pretty good kick. Bertelsen at the 35-yard line. Up to the 40 and out of bounds at the 42. In just a couple of weeks, CBS resumes its NBA television broadcast. That'll be Sunday, January 6th at 2:30 Eastern Time. You've seen these two teams before, haven't you, Pat?
Yes, we have. The Phoenix Suns will be in Chicago that day. And you'll see NBA action every Sunday afternoon, some Saturday afternoons, and nighttime games through the end of the playoffs.
That's NBA on CBS, where you see the best in basketball on the #1 network. 2 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the opening period. Rams, pretty good field position for the first down at their 41-yard line. Following a punt by Bateman. Bertelsen diving out to the 44. Is Leroy Jordan over there to make the stop. That punt by Bateman, by the way, was 42 yards. This Dallas defense has certainly come on strong in the last half of the season. They've allowed 64 points in the last 7 games. That's an average of 9 points a game. Only one team, the Dolphins, scored more than 1 touchdown. They scored 14 points. Second down, 7. Rams at their 43. Hadel straight back into the pocket. Intended for Bertelsen. D.D. Lewis, number 50, in the area, along with Leroy Jordan. Bertelsen received a great accolade this week, I thought, from head coach Tom Landry. He described him as the best blocking back in professional football.
Well, this is sort of a homecoming for him, too. As you know, he played collegiately, although he's from Wisconsin. He played collegiately for Darrell Royal at Texas, so I'm sure this game means a little extra to him.
When you have a guy who rushes for over 1,000 yards in your backfield, you can bet your life that other back there is doing some great blocking for him, too, as well as that offensive line.
You sure can.
Third down, 7. Rams at their 43. Hadel is 1 out of 3, or 3 yards. Good protection. Going for McCutcheon. Edwards, number 52, out there. And the Rams will be forced to give it up. Standing ovation for the Cowboy defense as they leave the field.
You know, I got the impression, Bart, early in the year that John Hadel was throwing the ball about as well as any quarterback I'd ever seen, including you. But for the last 4 or 5 weeks, it seems to me that he has not been as effective as he was early.
You know, it's given us that impression, Pat, and I don't know what it is, but he has not been as hot in recent weeks as he was at that stretch. That's right.
Dave Chappell has averaged 40.8 on 51 kicks during the regular season. Golden Richards, short kick. This will be run back. Not far. It would have been run back a lot further were it not for Larry Smith, who made that ankle-high tackle, number 38. Kind of a line drive kick that strikes fear into the hearts of coaches. 1:45 left to play. You know, Hadel in the last 6 weeks, talking about his statistics, has not been over 50% passing in a single game. During that time, he's averaged 45% of his throws. And for most of the first half of the season, he was light years ahead of the other passers. He wound up 3rd in the league. Here's the man who wound up number 1 in the league. Roger Staubach of the Cowboys. Dallas moving from its 27-yard line. And Hill picks up the middle across the 30, out to the 37, and the Rams. Let's see. The Rams recover the fumble. Hill broke through for almost 20 yards, and Isaiah Robertson alertly recovering the fumble, and the Rams pick up their first turnover of the day.
Let's show you what was responsible for that play breaking like it did. This block by John Nyland. The center is John Fitzgerald. But the good block by John Nyland on Kent Geddes is what really sprung Calvin Hill. Now let's look at the end of the play and see how the ball came loose. This is the same play again. And at the end, he was hit by Elmendorf, and that's what knocked the ball loose.
Back to live action. Rams now at the Dallas 37. With a golden opportunity, McCutcheon jammed up the middle at the line of scrimmage. Pat Toomey, number 67, there to make the stop. along with Jethro Pugh, number 75. Cowboys, traditionally one of the toughest teams in pro football to run against.
And as we mentioned before, they get tougher and tougher when playoff time comes around. Interesting to see Pat Toomey make that last tackle. I was flying out here yesterday from Atlanta, and I got a note from a gentleman sitting 3 seats back. It said, any favorable comments you can make about Pat Toomey will be appreciated. Signed his father-in-law.
Second down 9. Rams, Cowboy 36. Halo being pressured by Pugh, running out of the pocket. Pickup of 3 yards in the play before Larry Cole, number 63. And Dave Edwards, number 52, collaborated on this spot. Third down 5. There's one of the many banners up at Texas Stadium today.
Frank, it's interesting to note that both teams are doing something a little bit different. Dallas's defensive alignment in the line, according to the Rams' offensive formation, has been changed slightly from their normal alignment. And the Rams are employing Harold Jackson as a wingback instead of a split end. And the weak safety of the Dallas defense has shifted way over on that side of the field.
Snow to the right side, Jackson to the left. Third down 5 from the Dallas 33. 10 seconds left to play in the first period. Bob Klein, number 80, the intended receiver. Leroy Jordan cracked him as the football got there.
Let's watch the drop of Leroy Jordan as Hadel shows pass all the way as well he would be expected to in this situation. Coming over to pick up Bob Klein. And I think Klein saw him coming.
David Ray, who missed a few moments ago from 41 yards. That's Harold Jackson, who's been blank so far this afternoon. Ray with a miss to the left from 41 will try this one from 39. Crease to hold. Cowboys leading 14-0. 4 seconds left to play in the first period. It is no good. Missed it again to the left. And the gun sounds. Now, National Football League. Frank Lieber, along with Pat Summerall, Bart Starr, Dick Stockton from Texas Stadium as we head into the second period. Dallas with the football, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Following David Ray's second misfire of the afternoon. That's Bob Hayes in motion. Staubach giving to Hill up the middle, and he is belted at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive work by Brooks that time of the Rams. Robertson came up quickly. Merlin Olsen, number 74, was there. So I read that interesting TV Guide article on you this week, Mr. Summerall, by Mel Durslack. I didn't realize you were a watermelon farmer in your more prominent days.
I'm not sure those were the more prominent days. I know.
You always got something to go back to, right?
Financially, I know they weren't.
Second down 9. Cowboys at their 21. Staubach trying to set up the screen, gets it out to Garrison. Garrison still on his feet. Turn would look like a loss into a gain of 3 yards to the 24-yard line. Jack Youngblood, number 85, finally nailed it. That was not the most picture-perfect screen, Bart Starr, was it?
Well, no, he wanted to throw it sooner, and he couldn't, and that's why it looked so shabby. But I think the results of what you're after, and the Rams almost let him get away there and make quite a gainer out of it.
Third down, Dallas needs 6 for the first down. Calvin Hill already has picked up 54 yards rushing in the ball game on 10 carries. That's an average of about 5.5 yards per carry, which is well over his season average. Staubach is 3 out of 4 for 9 yards. A lot of pressure by the Rams. 25, 30, first down. And one of the Rams was shaken up on that play. Robertson getting up a little slowly. Roger the Dodger doing his number.
He looked more like Roger the Darter then. He can really move. Take a look at the rush of Merlin Olsen being blocked here by Blaine Nye. Merlin's had a great year, too. Jack Youngblood putting the pressure. But Olsen made him step up, and he just decided to take off. And I mean he took off.
1st and 10. Dallas at its 33-yard line. The Cowboys 14, the Rams nothing. Calvin Hill on a short plunge. Staubach to Pearson, touchdown pass. Set up by 2 turnovers. Hill behind Nyland to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 2.
I tell you, the yards are coming a little bit tougher against Los Angeles now. Defense has really held together in spite of those 2 quick touchdowns. Let's watch Merlin Olsen again. He, of course, number 74. As Blaine Nye pulls, he follows him, and Rayfield Wright can't make the cutoff block. And he, along with Larry Brooks, involved in the tackle.
He still moves pretty well for his age,
Yes, he does. And his size.
Second down, 7. Dallas moving from its 35-yard line with 12 minutes left to play in the first half. Pearson to the left side, Hayes to the right. Staubach feeling pressure again, running out of the pocket, and this time picking up short yardage to the 39. Jack Youngblood, number 85, making the stop.
Double team blocking this time by Dallas on Olsen. As the optional blocker Fitzgerald sees him sliding inside and getting away from Nye, but they did a good job containing him then.
Rams have one of the fiercest pass rushers in the NFL. They've sacked the opposition 45 times coming into this game, and only the Redskins in regular season play at more sacks. I believe they wrapped it up with 50. Third down, 4. Cowboys at their 39. Blitz is on, I believe, and Reynolds coming. Fugit at the 40. Fugit at the 25-yard line. The Rams blitzing the middle linebacker, Jack Reynolds, and got burned.
If this pass had been thrown far enough, I don't think it would have been complete.
It certainly would not have.
Let's watch the coverage again by Allendorf here. This is Stoops you're looking at. Covering Drew Pearson. Fugit is number 84 up at the top now. He has to come back for the ball, as you can see. But Elmendorf had him well covered. Fugit's been sensational in the last few weeks.
One of the reasons he had so much room in there, Frank, is they had the blitz on and there was no one in the center of the field. No free safety, nothing.
Fugit caught that same type of pass against St. Louis and took it in for a touchdown. A pass that was underthrown that he came back for at the 5 and dragged a couple of tacklers in. Dallas first down now at the 23-yard line of the L.A. Rams. Staubach is 4 out of 5. Better try it again. Well, that one fell between Billy Joe Dupre and Bob Hayes. He picked the open spot in the zone, all right.
I think it slipped. He was trying to get to Hayes, I believe, but I think the ball slipped out of his hand.
Second down 10 as Fugit comes in with the next play from the bench. Dupree trots off. Hayes left last week's Cowboy regular season finale against St. Louis early with a tightening of a muscle in his thigh. Sat out virtually all of the ball game. Hayes breaks to the right side. Pearson off to the left. Garrison, 20, 15. First down, Dallas at the 12-yard line. Steve Priest, number 20, finally makes the stop. And Chuck Knox is not a happy man.
At the end of this play, if you can see, watch the 2 Dallas wide receivers do a sandwich job on Charlie Stoops. Right at the right side of the play. You saw him heading. They did a high-low on him as Garrison turned what was almost a broken play into good yardage.
Officials mark it at the Ram 13-yard line. First and 10, Dallas. Staubach on the roll. Nothing this time as he stopped at the 18-yard line. For a loss of 5 by Ken Geddes, number 36, outside linebacker of the Rams. It's the first time, really, that the Rams have been able to contain Staubach behind the line of scrimmage.
You have to give real credit to great coverage that time, because when they fake that ball and come out of there, they usually have somebody open, and the Rams did a super job of covering that time.
That's a play they've had great success with, particularly against Washington 2 weeks ago. And I think it's the key play that did Denver in, and that key victory over the Broncos the week before that.
Second down, 15. Ball is at the 18-yard line of the L.A. Rams. Dallas leading 14-0. Staubach Trying to set the screen up again, but he's got problems. And down he goes at the 33. Larry Brooks had completely infiltrated the screen area as he tried to get it out to Garrison to his left, but could find nothing, and a big loss of the play of 15 yards.
He was trying to set up a screen pass, but there was good coverage downfield when I saw him stop and look downfield. Here's Pearson, and this, of course, is Bob Hayes, number 22. He is well covered by Charlie Stukes, and Roger just couldn't find anybody to throw to.
So Dallas has lost 19 yards on the first two plays of this series. That will set up third down and 29. Cowboys need to reach the 3-yard line to pick up a first down. Dallas at the Ram 32. Again, pressure on Staubach. Intended for Pearson. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted on the goal line. Pearson went high, couldn't quite get to it. Dave Elmendorf got his hands on the football. He couldn't handle it. So a long field goal situation now for Dallas as Tony Fritsch comes on. And Fritsch has not kicked one longer than 37 yards successfully this year. He is 18 out of 28 in field goal attempts. And this will be from the 39.
He has not been kicking off well today. He has not shown a very strong leg. He was out for a while with a full torn hamstring muscle. And so for this distance for him, it's a challenge.
Morton puts it down. It's long enough. It is good. With 8 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter, there's a timeout with the score. Dallas 17, Los Angeles nothing. Clark is deep, so is Scribner for the Rams. Got the whistle from the referee, Fred Silva. Scribner a yard deep. 10, 15. Stopped at the 22-yard line. Les Strayhor, number 40, was over there. You can see the sun has come out here at Texas Stadium, and with all its accoutrements and all, Texas Stadium is really not the best place to watch a football game on television from if the sun is shining because of the weird patterns that it creates on the field. Rams have been close enough for 2 field goal attempts, but Ray has missed them both from 41 and 39 yards. They start this drive at the 22-yard line. Long count play as McCutcheon takes the handoff from Hadel. D.D. Lewis, number 50, tripping him up at the 25-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play. It'll be second down 7. You know, McCutcheon found out, about 4 weeks ago that he was a rookie. He thought he had been a second-year man all this time.
And he's certainly got to get a lot of consideration for Rookie of the Year. He did play in, I believe, 3 games last year, but not at a running back position. He played just on special teams.
You have to be active for at least 5 in order to become a veteran, so to speak. Second down 7. Hadel for Jackson. Still on his feet. Look at him fly. Jackson to the 35-yard line. Boy, he is like a time bomb waiting to go off.
And I don't know how much better the Cowboys can adjust their defense to stop this guy, because he threw right into the teeth of the double coverage right there. Cliff Harris came over to hit after he got away from Waters. He gets away from Waters again. Here comes Jordan. He ducks back inside of him, and finally, Calvin Hill. What am I saying? Cornell Green. He is really versatile, isn't he?
The ball is at the Dallas 35. The Rams on the first down. Burleson behind McCutcheon to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Yard pickup on that pass play a moment ago to Harold Jackson. That's Jackson's first catch of the day. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first half. Dallas leading 17-0.
Let's watch this pursuit again by Leroy Jordan as he gets through the line and gets away from the block of center Kenny Iman and comes over to make the tackle.
Second down. Call it a long 5 for the Rams at the 30-yard line of Dallas. Burleson to the 27-yard line. This will be the Rams' deepest penetration of the ball game. Bart, have you noticed any specific adjustment the Cowboys have made defensively to accommodate Mr. Jackson?
Well, yes, we were pointing out a while ago, and John threw the ball into the teeth of the coverage that they had adjusted for, and as our viewers saw, the first person who took a shot at him was the weak side safety who was all the way over there. It was a beautifully thrown ball in between those two guys, but they've really rolled toward him when he's been on the flanker side.
Third down 3. Rams at the Dallas 27 as Hader calls the line down. McCutcheon. Short of the first down. A pickup of a yard on the play before Gregory, 77, and Toomey, number 67, make the stop. And again, the field goal unit comes crowding on for Los Angeles.
It would seem that the way the Cowboys have adjusted their defense with that double coverage on Jackson, that there has to be single coverage both on Klein and on Snow on the other side. And that's the direction that it would appear that Hadel should be working pretty soon, although he had success with Jackson last time.
We'll talk more about that later. Perhaps why.
33-yard field goal attempt by Rays, missed from 39 and 41. Reese puts it down. It is long enough. It is good. And the Rams get on the scoreboard with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half at Texas Stadium. It's the Cowboys 17 and the Rams 3.
Have you seen it yet? New Ford Mustang 2. Come see how much car a great little car can be.
Look what we've done to our Mustang. Look what we've done to that car. Now we changed the size, we changed the style, and you're gonna like it fine. So look what we've done to that car.
New Ford Mustang 2. Built smaller than the original Mustang, with an easy-on-gas 4-cylinder engine, a sensational ride. It's richly appointed, with luxurious bucket seats, cut pile carpeting, wood-grained instrument panel, tachometer, all standard. It's the right car at the right time.
When you take a ride, you're gonna know that Mustang's one of a kind. So look what we've done.
Mustang 2, $28.95 base sticker price, excluding dealer prep, destination charges, title, and taxes at your Ford dealer.
David Ray will be kicking off for the first time this afternoon. The deep men for the Cowboys, Cliff Harris in the center. On your left, Mike Montgomery. On your right, Charlie Waters. Harris hits the goalpost. Dead ball, so they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Next Sunday, the NFC Championship game on CBS. The winner of this game goes against the Minnesota Vikings.
And, of course, the winner of the championship game moves on to the Super Bowl, which is also on CBS. That is Sunday, January the 13th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time from Rice Stadium in Houston.
A championship game next Sunday will be played either in Dallas or Los Angeles, depending, of course, on who wins today. One of these teams will play the host club. First and 10, Cowboys at their 20-yard line. Staubach has rushed now for 29 yards and 4 carries, in addition to hitting 4 out of 7 for 36. Hill across the 20, 25, 30, first down at the 33-yard line, and Hill a little unhappy he didn't break that one.
He was about 2 feet away from breaking it all the way. Elmendorf is the last man who has a shot. The block here is by Nyland. That was on Geddes, and that's what broke it.
Pat, that's the same play we've seen 2 other times, and the first time they ran it today, they ran it outside, and we spoke then that it looked like the play was designed to go inside. That's where he took it that time.
Pickup of 12. First and 10, Dallas at its 32-yard line. 3:45 left to play in the first half and counting. Staubach to Gene Fugit. It is intercepted by Elmendorf. Gene Fugit got his hands on it, and Elmendorf grabbed it before it hit the artificial turf at the 48-yard line, and the Rams take over.
Again, Staubach's protection this time is very good. Fugit had to jump and come back just a little bit. The ball was hit pretty hard. Elmendorf got the rebound.
So the Rams now trying to take advantage of the turnover at the Dallas 48-yard line. Jackson to the left side, Snow to the right, up at the top of your screen. Adel wants to throw it. Completes it to Jack Snow at the 35, and Snow is out of bounds at the 33. Charlie Waters, number 41, back there on coverage. Cornell Green came over, make the stop.
This is what we were talking about before, although this is a run fake. But the single coverage is on this side on Snow and Klein.
Jackson being on the weak side this time.
Right.
Exactly. Beautifully thrown ball that time, too.
Dallas had the blitz that time with Leroy Jordan coming from the middle linebacker position. First and 10, Rams at the Cowboy 33. Trying to get back in this ball game before halftime. Bertelsen to the 27-yard line. 77 is Bill Gregory. 63, Larry Cole. Just over 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Rams' only 2 losses this year came on the road at Minnesota and at Atlanta. They opened with 6 wins and closed with 6 wins. Second down, 5. From the Dallas 27. McCutcheon close for the first down at the 23-yard line. Some good blocking up front. Pugh, number 75, and on the stop, it is a first down for the Los Angeles Rams at the Dallas 23. Well, a touchdown could turn this thing around very nicely for Los Angeles before halftime.
It sure could. Change the whole complexion of things.
First and 10 from the Dallas 23. Bertelsen to the 15-yard line. A penalty marker is down, and I believe that's the first flag we've had in the ball game. And that will be a clip against the Rams, which will cost them 15.
I think we had one other penalty for an offside early in the game, but that's the only major penalty so far.
It's the first one against the Rams. Cowboys had that offside penalty earlier, as Pat mentioned. The ball has moved back to the 35-yard line.
That's tough to get back to, Frank.
One more play here, and the clock will run down to the 2-minute warning.
Cowboys make a defensive change now to put in some extra protection for themselves on pass defense. An extra linebacker and an extra defensive back.
The penalty was on Cowan. It is first down, 23. Bertelsen to the 31 for a pickup of 4. Gregory, number 77. Rodrigo Barnes, number 56 on the stop. And there's a whistle, and the 2-minute warning will go to Angeles Cowboy 31-yard line. The Rams have all 3 of their timeouts left. The Cowboys have 2. Adel sending Snow wide to the right side. Jackson breaks off to the left. Mel Renfro covering him. Snow is on Charlie Waters. Adel intended for McCutcheon. It was Pat Toomey, number 67, who slid through there enough to obscure Adel's vision and got perhaps a little piece of that football. McCutcheon actually saw very little action against Dallas in the first game at midseason. He pulled a hamstring and missed the next 2 ball games. I guess he's the only player to gain 1,000 yards this year and miss a couple of games.
And that situation also is one of the key reasons that the Rams are where they are. Very, very few injuries. It's a timeout situation. Dallas has 2 left. The Rams have all 3.
down 19. Rams at the Dallas 31. Bertelsen looking for some place to go, and he's got nothing. Rodrigo Barnes, number 56. Jordan, number 55. And Dede Lewis, number 50. And again, David Ray. And the Rams special unit ahead on the field. Ray is now 1 out of 3, having missed from 39 and 41 and hit from 33 yards ago. This attempt will be from the 38. A minute 26 left in the first half. Make it the 37. That's where Priest will put it down. He's got it. Ray drills it home from 37 yards out. And the Cowboys' lead has been cut to 17-6 with 1:07 left to play in the first half.
Frank, numerically that helps a great deal, but I can tell you that psychologically it means even more.
I want to remind you that on Sunday, January 20th, the CBS Sports Spectacular returns with a diversified schedule of outstanding events. First 2 weeks going to be something rather interesting, Pat.
They'll feature 25 of the greatest heavyweight championship fights in history. So here's a chance to have all of your relatives and sons see some of those great fights that perhaps you have talked about over the years.
That's on CBS, where you see the best in sports on the #1 network. David Ray getting ready to crank it up for the Rams as John Hadel has a word with Chuck Knox. Hadel, by the way, is 3 out of 8 for 58 yards, including that 40-yarder to Jackson. Nice kick. Cliff Harris backing up into the end zone. Gonna down it. Well, would you theorize, Bart, that Dallas will run out the clock here?
I would think so. A minute and 7 seconds left. The Rams have all 3 of their timeouts left, as we mentioned. They might be inclined to take some of them even on defense and force the Cowboys into a punting situation, at least hope to get some more points before halftime. Dallas has 2. What do you think, Bart?
I think the amount they make on this first down right here will determine a great deal what they do. You bet.
Bob Hayes breaks wide to the left side. Drew Pearson split to the right. Garrison and Hill the setbacks. Garrison stopped for a yard loss at the line of scrimmage by Jack Youngblood, number 85. Clock continues to roll here with 50 seconds left to play in the half. Ken Iman. You're going to be seeing more of him at halftime, Pat.
It's going to explain the snap for punts and field goals, which is fast becoming, I think, a lost art. And it is a real, true art. It also explains and demonstrates the various blocks the center's got to make. It's an under-publicized position, very difficult to play.
That's the NFL playbook feature at halftime as Calvin Hill is stopped with a yard pickup to the 20-yard line. He got the yard back that Garrison lost in the previous play. Iman, of course, is a 13-year veteran of the National Football League, one of the fine centers in pro football, one of 3 members of that interior offensive line, and the Rams with 13 years experience.
Frank, I had the pleasure of playing with Kenny for a few years before he was traded to the Rams, and he's one of the nicest guys in this league, too. Super young man.
Rams call this timeout to stop the clock with 18 seconds left to play in the half. Possibly enough time for a punt return. LA has 2 timeouts left. 21 is John Hadel, ready to go back in if necessary before the half. 3rd down 10. Cowboys at their 20-yard line. Hill to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 6. It'll be 4th and 4, and again the Rams call timeout. This time with 11 seconds to go, forcing the Cowboys to punt the football.
You were mentioning a minute ago that on a halftime feature playbook, Kenny Iman's going to be talking about the problems that a center has, things he has to do. The Cowboys' number 51 is Dave Manders, and that's primarily the reason he was brought back off the retired list, was to snap the ball on kicks on punts and field goals because they had a great deal of difficulty. You might remember a game we had here on CBS against the Dolphins where they just found themselves almost completely incapable of snapping the ball back to punter Marv Bateman, number 81, standing there. He had to put some springs in his shoes after that night.
Bateman has punted just once this afternoon for 42 yards. Rams have 10 men up at the line of scrimmage, and they're coming. Another poor low kick. Bounces at the 40 and out of bounds at the Ram 37, which rolls the clock down to 5 seconds left to play. Chances are we'll be looking at a prevent defense. Give you anything up to 50 yards here.
What is that, a one-man rush?
I don't know. Be interesting to see what Tom Landry has in mind.
He's got a lot in mind.
Jackson to the left side, Snow to the right. Cowboys have that fifth defensive back and extra linebacker in there. Bertelsen stacked up at the 35. That'll end the half. That's the end of the first half with the score, the Cowboys 17 and the Rams 6.
For more than 60 years, we've been making champion spark plugs for Fords. We even made the spark plugs for the original Lincoln Continental. Now we're the #1 selling spark plug all over the world. And we make champion spark plugs for every Ford ever made. From Model Ts and A's to race cars, trucks, and the Mustang, too. If you've got a Ford, remember, for your next tune-up, we've got your plug.
To the Equitable agent, no two people are alike.
Is there anyone else in the whole human race with your kind of style and your kind of grace?
No two people are alike. That's why your Equitable agent thinks of you as an individual. His training and thinking are shaped around you and your life insurance needs. To the Equitable agent,
there's nobody else exactly like you. Nobody else like you.
Okay, what do you got? A pair from Gillette Track 2.
A pair from Schick Super 2.
I got 2 pair from Persona Double 2.
Persona Double 2 has twin blades on 2 sides for about the same price. So you get close, safe, comfortable twin blade shaves and more of them.
Better get yourselves a new deal, fellas.
Persona Double 2. It's 2 blades better.
You want a tough, lightweight chainsaw, and you don't want to spend a bundle, right? This is the new Poland 20. It has a tough, all-magnesium housing, not plastic. And the cutting bar is 12 inches, not just 10. And automatic chain oiling is standard. All this for under $100. I mean, this little Poland's a winner.
Look in the yellow pages for your nearest Poland dealer, or call this toll-free number.
Stay tuned for NFL Playbook, sponsored by the American Express card, after this word from your local station.
Treat your family to the... Along the Chevron way, we're also in the tire business in a big way. With an Atlas tire to fit every driving need and pocketbook. Our economy drive is built not just on price, but quality and service. Atlas dependability, tested for mileage and quality construction, plus budget terms. Discover Atlas tire quality now. The Chevron Way Economy Drive is on.
Gail, how did you talk him into it?
No, he's a pushover.
Your husband, Lyle, is a pushover.
Not Lyle, my Chevy salesman.
He gave you this beautiful thing?
No, but... Don't stare, Stephanie. But I did get such a good deal for my Southern California Chevrolet dealers, I can almost hide the payments in my grocery budget.
Why don't you hide some in there for me, too?
Push over your own Chevy salesman. It's easy. Hi.
Oh, hi there.
KNXT Channel 2, Los Angeles.
.351. Hey!
What's the one thing you shouldn't be without when you travel?
I like having the American Express card with me, particularly when I'm traveling.
I find more places accept American Express card than any other type of credit card.
I know for sure that I can use the American Express card. I've never been refused at all.
Next time I'm going to use my American Express card is in about 15 minutes, right in that restaurant.
Call 800-AE8-5000 to apply for an American Express card.
Well, this is my 14th year in the National Football League, and I think that I could not have lasted this long if I'd been in any other position on the offensive line other than center, because I am really a small lineman. I'm 235, 236. It's just a position where quickness has been more of a factor than size. Snapping the ball for field goals and punts, the best way I can describe it is you're throwing a ball like a quarterback, but you're throwing between your legs. The grip is primarily the same on the ball. Your fingers go across the laces like a quarterback. You keep both hands on the ball. Your left hand primarily is a guide, and your right hand does all the snapping. But you have to follow through with both your hands to make sure that the ball goes back at the proper angle. Once you snap the ball, you don't fire at all. You more or less receive a blow, you catch a blow. When the center's snapping for field goals, I call it target practice, because this is the time when your head's down, as you say, and you get a forearm on top of your head or a knee on top of your head, so I call that target practice. There's not a whole lot of glamour in being a center. I mean, you go down and talk to a very avid fan, and he'll have trouble naming, I'd say, 10 centers in the National Football League. In the middle of the line, you lose your name, you lose your identity, because you're not pulling in front and leading sweeps, leading the backs, and you're not out on the end where everybody can see you. The old saying is that the only time you hear a center's name is when he makes a bad snap, and this is so true.